Why are you here? You're here to outwork. You're here to out-train. You're here to win.
Talking to Anthony Ashnault, he's been mobbing all over the floor.
Yeah.
Anthony, you're back in the lineup. You've been out for a while. Can you tell me about the emotional process?
Yeah, I mean, when you're out with an injury, like I never had to get any kind of surgery my whole life. The 20 years I've wrestled, I was pretty healthy for the most part. Worst thing I ever had was like a high ankle sprain. And then last summer, I was set back a little bit. I had to get 2 surgeries, one shoulder and one knee. And going into it, I was very optimistic. I had high hopes to come back and be fine. I thought I was going to be fine for last season. And then when you get a surgery like the magnitude of what I got done, and you're laid up a week after, and the pain medicine starts wearing off, it all kind of settles in, and you're like, dang, I can't move my arm, I can't move my leg. Like, am I ever going to be the same again? Am I ever going to be able to just like do anything the same that I used to do? Especially in a sport like ours, you need your limbs to do a lot of things. So I just remember being laid up in my house and having those thoughts like, maybe I should just be done with my wrestling career. I should just hang it up now. Had a great career so far.
How long did you think like that? Was it more than a couple?
It was back and forth for like a week,
Really?
2 weeks. Yeah,
Right.
Even like I'd say throughout that first month, it was like from July to August, it was just like, what do I want in life? Like, do I want to be a national champ? Do I want to be an Olympic champ? Or are those just the highest goals I had for my sport? And maybe I was just chasing the highest goals. Like, is that what I actually really want? And it was like, what would I want to do with my life if I didn't wrestle? And it was those kind of questions I asked myself. And I don't know.
Did you have anybody to talk to about it?
Yeah, I was talking to my dad, mom, some of my mentors, my coaches, but for a couple times, my coaches were even asking me, like, they were asking my dad, they weren't even asking me, like, does Anthony want to wrestle next year? It's like,
Right.
I was like, yeah, of course I want to wrestle. It's just a lot that goes into it. And then eventually I started feeling better after like 2-3 months, and you start able to do more and more, and it's like you start getting your confidence back. But when you're set back in that initial moment, it's tough. It's tough to get your wits about you.
Did you ever not believe this would happen?
Yeah, when I was first starting to be able to wrestle again, even 5, 6, 7 months out of surgery, you're still not the same.
Yeah.
You can't do the things that you used to do, and it's a long process of building the strength, just building your body back to what it used to be. And I just remember being in practice, and like it goes from when I first start coming back to being exhausted from not being able to practice for 5 months to not being able to use like my arm or my legs to do the things that I used to be able to do. And that was really mentally frustrating, just working around it. But in the long term, that break that I had from the sport really allowed me to get back in touch with myself. And I was like, I love this sport. I was watching myself as a little kid, like all the videos I have of myself from wrestling as a little kid on Flow, wherever the videos are. I was just looking at them. I was like I had so much joy from this sport. I had so much joy like giving back, helping kids grow in this sport, that I was like, I need to like fulfill just my ability. I need to see what I can do, win or lose. I wanted to come back and give my best effort and just be grateful for the opportunity to play a sport in college and have my academics paid for while I do it. When I came back, it wasn't really about winning anymore. It was just about having that opportunity to go out there and do it for something more important than just myself.
Senior year, or final year of eligibility. Do you see yourself sticking with coaching after this? Or will you compete at the senior level?
I expect to do both.
Both?
Right
Okay.
now, it's just focused on this season.
Yep.
Definitely have aspirations of coaching, but as long as my body holds up, I plan on competing as well. 65 kilograms is a good kind of fit for me. I mean, 141 was a stretch right now. Once my body started growing, 149 is like pretty ideal, but 65 kilos would be where I'd want to compete at. And I picture myself competing with the best guys in America and in the world at that weight class. I just have to make that jump. I've been beaten by Logan Stieber plenty of times already, so I know what I have in store. But I expect that I expect to compete with him and guys like him, Zane Rutherford, Jordan Oliver, all those other top guys.
Yeah.
I'm not going to shy away from that level of competition. I'm feeling like right now my wrestling and my physical ability, I'm ready to beat those kind of guys right now. But
any different feel as going into your final year of eligibility at Rutgers?
it's a sense of like calmness, but excited. Like we had our first home duel yesterday with 3 teams, and I was so excited to get out there, get to compete.
Were you more nervous than you remembered being the first competitive match back?
I almost had a hard time getting myself up.
Really?
I was so calm, and I was like, I've been wrestling in college for 5 years already. I know all these atmospheres. I've been to a lot of places, like wrestling everywhere you could imagine. I just kind of knew what to expect, so I was just calm about it, and I knew I was ready. And the biggest expectation I had for myself coming into this year was just to be exciting and to be myself out there, to be free. A lot of times in college, I've had a lot of close matches, like 4-3, 3-2. Not that the guys weren't talented wrestlers, but maybe I just felt like I was a lot better than that. And I'm just looking forward to being exciting this year, and that's what I expect out of myself every time, whether it's top 10 guy, top 5 guy in the country, or it's just a random Division III wrestler that I'm wrestling.
Do you pay attention to the rankings?
Of course, it's hard not to with like social media nowadays, like everyone posting.
So in State Guy Kolodzic, you guys have seen each other. He's ranked 1.
Yeah.
Does that give you any motivation, or just everyday business?
It gave me a little motivation. I almost was like in my head, I was like, I wish I could wrestle him at this tournament. Like, I'm happy he's not signed up, because I didn't go that far to sign up for the tournament. But the rankings, like, yeah, you notice them, but at the same time, you got to think to yourself, like, they don't matter. You got to go out there, compete every match like it's the national finals. You got to have the same approach every time. But yeah, it's a little bitter seeing him number 1, because I've beaten him at our last match at the national tournament.
Yeah.
But I like that too. I like that chase.
Better to finish 1 than be 1 at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it makes me a little that much more hungry just to see that, like, 1 or 2 guys ahead of me. You know.
What do you guys do for fun as a team? Anything? Dodgeball, paintball.
We did go paintball preseason last season or 2 seasons ago, but I'd say for the most part we play like Fortnite together. Like,
for real? Have you ever won a game?
No, I stink at Fortnite.
Do you?
I'd say most guys play Fortnite together.
Interesting. My brother-in-law made the audio for that. I'm sorry, all you kids out there. Stay away.
Yeah.
Delete it from your computer.
Yeah.
How about Billy? Tell me a little bit about your brother.
Well, he was with me at Rutgers, director of ops for my first 5 years. Now he's moving on to coach Christian Brothers Academy, South Jersey or Central Jersey.
How bad can you beat him?
It's a toss-up, man.
Is it really? Come on.
Older brother syndrome.
Is it really? He has you mentally?
He doesn't have me mentally. I think he just steps up his level, his game. When he has to wrestle me, he knows it's going to be a fight.
I think one time he told me he wrestles you harder than any other match he ever wrestled in school.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like,
okay.
I know when I want to wrestle with him, it's like it's alive. It's like maybe 3 to 10, 5 to 10 takedowns drilling, and then all of a sudden it's like click, like live hand fight, tougher takedowns, and I think he just takes it a little personal. I take it very personal. He's 7 years older than me.
Yeah.
So growing up, I was always getting beat up. Wrestling-wise, physical-wise, it was just I was trying to play with him and his friends, just getting tossed to the side. And when I finally got to be like the same size as him, I like kind of wanted to take it out a little bit. But he still gets me here and there. We don't really wrestle that much anymore, but
is that just because it gets too physical?
No, just
he's getting old. I thought I saw him in a wheelchair. Yeah. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, he's like moving on to Christian Brothers Academy.
Yeah,
he's
not around.
He's not in the room as much.
Okay.
I'm coming back from injury, so I take when it's a day off for me, I really take that to heart. It's a recovery day.
A real day. Can you taunt him right now?
Can I taunt him?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Say something to get him.
Nah.
I just put you on the spot.
Nah.
Hey, thanks for the time. Good luck this season.
Yeah, thank you.